Hello, how you guys doing? I am doing good. I am here and I am going to show you how to make the cabbage and greens with baking meal. So therefore, I got my water ready and it's on the stove right now, and I'm going to use garlic pepper season, all purpose. I always use all these seasonings, always. Black pepper and my all season, okay? So I'm going to put some in the water right now. I filled my pot up halfway already. So I'm applying the seasoning before I apply my greens. And so as I'm doing this, the water is still on. So that's what you can do. Fill your water halfway up and put all the seasoning in. So you want some nice seasoning. So your greens and your cabbage to be seasoned. Okay? So put these to the side. These are collard greens. This is a collard green and cabbage. So wash your greens and then cut your greens. You want to wash it because they always have some dirt on it. You know, this came from the farm. They don't wash it for you. You gotta wash it. And they have bugs. Even if you have lettuce, wash your lettuce because you'll find bugs. And peel the first layer of your lettuce or your cabbage, the first layer, peel it off. Because that would traps the bugs inside of your lettuce. So, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'm going to have some cooking applied. So, what I'm going to do, we're going to move this a little bit to the side. And we're going to cook. Okay. I should have a bigger board, but it's okay. Work with what we got. I'm going to cut that in half. And we're going to cut this down. Like this. Don't need to be small. Work, cut down. So, we got to cut our bacon down too and start frying that. And then you fry it like halfway, not all the way. And then you place it inside with the cabbage and greens. And we're going to probably cook this for about 2 hours. I like, or so. However, I feel it cooks. I keep adding water to it. You know, I even added stems because I like the stems in there. I don't mind the stem. If you mind it, then take it out of your greens. Add a little bit of the stem. I'm gonna add a whole stem. I like that crunch. But it's soft crunch because basically you're going to be boiling it, so it gives it softness. So I'm going to cut this in half. It's a little too big. Place it back in the bowl, and I'm gonna proceed on cutting it. Hey, I'm just showing whoever's young that, you know, basically, you know, that don't have a lot of experience in cooking, you know, they can view this video, you know, and they be like, oh, okay, that's how you do things. I'm giving the knowledge to the young. And I like to do that. Give a lot of knowledge to people. Give knowledge to everybody that might not know. I'm just continuing to cut these big collard greens. You know, that's what I'm doing. I already seasoned the water. If you like really seasoning, you can add more season to the water. I know my husband does, and that 1 year I added a lot of seasoning to the water, just like how he liked it, and I don't like a lot of seasoning, okay? And man, that was way too seasoning. I never do that again. So make sure you don't overdo it with the seasoning. Okay? Unless you like it. Be cautious about seasoning. So I only season mine once. Probably, yeah, once. Because I don't feel that, even it's fresh greens, I don't feel like it needs all that seasoning. So be careful not to overdo it. Eye it up. You don't, it's not too serious about, the seasoning's not too serious. You know, you also add seasoning onto your greens after it's done. If you tasted it, but okay, you need some more seasoning, you can do so. Don't try to over season it inside that pot, because then you can never take that back. You can never take it out of your stuff. You just ruined it. So don't ruin your stuff. That's some knowledge right there. No matter whoever likes a lot of seasoning, they can do it on their plate. Don't do it inside your pot. I regretted it. So he likes a lot of seasoning on his macaroni and tuna fish salad too, on his plate. He loves seasoning, so therefore I'm cautious with seasoning. So do what you desire on your plate. Don't do it do it on every food, all the food. What worked for you, not all. Your meal will be like, oh no, I like a lot of seasoning. They didn't, and they think it's over seasoned, and I just think it's, just right. No. Don't over season. It's alright to put some seasoning. So I'm applying that now. I just showed you how to do the collard greens, okay? Let's cut up the cabbage. When I was younger, I did not know how to do the cabbage. I was still learning, And even I went to cook school, but I did not know how to cut the cabbage, My mama taught me to put the cabbage directly inside the pot, let boil. Cut this, put it inside the pot, let boil, okay? And then cut down inside the pot as it gets softened. I think that's a lot of work, okay? It's not making a lot of, help for yourself. So let's make life a little bit easier. Okay, and let's cut it before putting it into a pot, in a separate pot. And then put it in the same pot where the collard greens are. Okay, let's make life a little easier. She didn't know a lot about the tricks. Now, I've grown and I start learning about how to cook. And then from there, I just learned a lot more. So we're going to cut this off. We don't need it. So we could go in here, just like this. I like to make sure. Oh, let me move this out the way so it doesn't fall on the floor and throw it away. Like this. Just be careful with the knife. You can do it however you like. Now I'm just going to cut around, okay? I'm not going to cut myself. Enough where I can try to pull it out. If it doesn't work like this, then guess what? There's other ways. I'm going to try this way. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try it another way, okay? There's another way to do this without trying to hassle. Should have cut it this way. So, I'm going to do a little bit more like this. Just cut. Can you please go? Thank you.
Hi, Bill.
Don't do like this. Be careful.
Okay.
Or it's going to come out. You want that to come out. Alright. Oh, just keep it at it. Next time I'll show you another way to do this, okay? Without You're doing so much. I want to see. Small one. We want that out. Still a little bit, but that will go. Don't worry about that. Okay. So I'm gonna do is cut this down the middle. What I should have done before, but we learn and we live. It's not hard. Don't think it's hard. I'm not trying to make it hard for you. So let me get this knife up. Let's pop this open. So I'm going to put that to the side. Get this out. Get this out. Maybe make it like an art craft. There we go. See, we want to get that part out. Trust me. You don't want that. So you just throw it away. So that's all, folks. That's all, folks. See, now that's good. Okay. So throw that trash. So we're going to cut this. I already washed it. I'm going to take that out and throw it away. You can throw that green part away, even though I had other layers. It's fine. So what we're going to do is cut this. I'm going to cut it in half. It's a lot big. And once you start cutting, you just don't want it basically be that big. So cut it one more time. And I'm going to cut it like this. I want it to have to be small. Cut it. And then you're going to turn it. Oh, like that. You're going to turn it, cut it. Cut it. Alright. Go upstairs, please. Go upstairs, please. Thank you. Alright, so that's basically done cut. And then you take it and put it in the pot as the water is boiling. And you want to fill, after you put all this in your pot, you want to fill it up, the water up, so it can allow it to boil. But you want to fill up halfway so you can make sure that when you apply this inside your pot, that you have enough room. Whatever pot size pot you have, I suggest have a great big pot. I'm going to show you, like so, right there. Right there. Oopsies. So I wanted to show you that, and also taking my phone off my stand. So let me fix this. Alright. So back to what we're doing. Positioning. So what we're going to do is continue to cut this. I have to turn that around and cut different angles on this. Take some of this off away and apply it into my pot. That's fine. And make sure you sanitize your area too, because when your food basically drops on the counter, you won't have to worry about it. It's sanitized. Okay, I already did that before this video. I wanted to do everything before the video. Get my stuff, situated first. And that's what you do. Even before you cook, you should, sanitize your area after everything too. Don't want a dirty area. Clean your area first. So, even after you've done with that, apply it to my pot. Alright. And I'm going to do this. It's really too big. I'm going to take these pieces out and I'm going to get rid of this. Probably maybe not, but I have to. I could use it for that bacon. Maybe not. We'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically cut half. Put that in here, in there first. And then I'm gonna cut this. There we go. And grab it, apply it into the pot. Okay. Water is heated up. It's basically cooking it. So I'm gonna just add more water to it after I add this to it. The rest of it. After just 2 hours good. 2 hours, you know. That's what I would do. Especially, you know, you don't cook the bacon all the way, so you know, I like to make sure my bacon is all the way cooked inside. And that's what gives your stuff flavor. Your food flavor, this meal flavor, very much. So I'm just doing the process with you. I won't be here while I'm cooking everything. You know, you'll see me cook the bacon up halfway. You know, then I'll let you guys go and just continue to add water. If you see and check on it. If you see it go down, just add water to it. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to rinse it off. I like to use this when I use this for my bacon. That's why I did that first before using my bacon. So put that back on there. Rinse it off. I didn't want to cross-contaminate, so I'm done with that. So I am going to basically have to take the bacon down. That bacon time, I'm going to have to get my mince a little bit over here and see how it is. You're going to have to add more water though to it. Even though the cabbage makes a lot of water, but you want this filled up so it can cook and not burn. Then after that, you can add your bacon. Now, see how much I basically added water? Right there. That's much amount that you pretty much need every time you add water. That's a good amount. So I'm going to bring this here onto the stove, and then I will be adding my bacon soon. So I'll put that right there. I'm going to open this bacon up. I like to open it this way so I can just pull this out and then pull piece by piece bacon. So it's best to open it this way than this way. If you want to save some bacon and put it back in the refrigerator and you don't want to have a mess. So basically get the corner, you kind of open it. If you have scissors, kitchen scissors, you can do so. I have kitchen scissors, but I never use it on my meat. I just use it for my hair and that's it. So to each do their own. So I cut it like that. See what I'm talking about? Cut it like that. Where the thing is, you just open it and you just grab one at a time. But since I gotta use basically all of this, so I'm just gonna pull it out. Put that right on the plastic. I'm going to take some and cut it. You want to cut this on the board. You want to cut it in small pieces. And then I'm going to move this back. Start this pan. Back. After I cut it and throw it on the pan. Throw it on the pan. Throw it on the pan. Doesn't have to be perfect, you just gotta cut it, okay? Basically. Don't want to cook the bacon yet. I just gotta see that process. Okay, cut it. Some people got a smoother knife. I buy the cheap. It does the job. It doesn't have to look perfect. Just long as you put the bacon in there, give it some flavor, you know. And if you cook it for like a bigger family, you might need a lot more bacon, and you might not need a bigger pot, and you might need more portions that I like cauliflower. Not cauliflower. I mean collard greens. So I suggest get like two things of why am I saying cauliflower? My gosh, collard greens. You know, for a bigger portion. But since it's just gonna be my little family, I don't need that much. You learn, you live. You know, I learned how much portions I need just to basically cook Thanksgiving. My children love my collard greens and cabbage with the bacon. Especially when you do fresh. There's nothing like fresh collard greens and fresh cabbage and stuff. Like, it's really good. Like fresh, really good. And you can tell the difference. But I like the sometimes I like the can, but sometimes it can be, you could have a dry can too, so be mindful of that. Everything in the can is not always the great. So like, I like yams in the can sometimes, but also it's not better than the fresh can, because I'm going to say that sometimes you'll have smashed yams if you don't want it to be smashed. So be mindful of that too when you buy stuff in the can. But I'm not going to be doing peas and, you know, fresh peas. You must be crazy taking my time out. Oh, that's too much time, okay? Trying to pop those out and stuff, how they do it. Nah. I'll just rather have the can if it's that. Or I like corn on the cob, but I also like cans of corn too. So something fast sometimes too. If I might do a meal like this, is like something fast. But Thanksgiving is all fresh. Everything gotta be fresh. Except for the bread, okay? I'm not doing no scratch bread from scratch. Too much work. I already have to cook. So I take a whole pack, and that's what I do. I cut it up. So Thanksgiving is fattening food. So I'm probably gonna do half of this, maybe, I don't know. It's over your choice, but I like to cut mine down. If you don't like the bacon, you cannot eat the bacon. You can skip this. Some people use what's it called? Come on. Ham hock. There we go. My grandma used ham hock. Put the ham hock in it. This is the cheapest way. If you just don't want to spend too much. Ham hock is cheap too, but sometimes during the holidays, a lot of people use the ham hock, and they just, you know, you don't got time to search. That was it. Just basically that. So what we're gonna do is gonna come over here and watch me fry this bacon up. I'm gonna turn this thing to the stove. And I'll tell you how much I like to fry it, and then apply it into my collard greens and my cabbage. So getting the pan a little hot there. And make sure you have a spatula. So I always turn the knob to the side because of if you got kids, so you want to be mindful, because if you know don't have it to the side, they can just easily grab it, tip it. If you have it like this, you know they can easily just tip it. So be careful if you're walking away from the stove. Make sure you're basically, you know, handle to the side. I always got taught in school, keep your handle to the side. Never like this, where kids can grab it and then the hot grease will basically splatter everywhere. But when you're in front of it is okay. You have the handle. Keep the handle at the side or however. This you're basically managing the pan. You know, you got it in the pan. So I'm just gonna move this a little bit around since I cut it. You know, getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'm excited. I'm going to show my pies, how I make my pies. So if you want to watch that video of that, then, you know, keep on watching these videos and you'll see how I make my pies. So I'm just going to cook it until I feel like, okay, it's ready to be put into my collard greens and my cabbage. And just keep on stirring because it's just, you don't want it to cook like soup. It's just tough. You want every single pieces to be cooked, okay? So. And especially when you have a good Thanksgiving meal, you know, you definitely want to make sure you're on point on when you're cooking your food. You don't want no one to be talking about your food. Oh man, this is overcooked or this is undercooked. You know, you want to just, you know, put some love into your food. Don't walk away from the food if you don't have to. You know, don't cook if you're not going to take your time. Do how you feel. I'm a lot experienced. I'm an experienced woman, so, you know, I can cook way better than when I was in my 20s. You know, I am in my 20s still, but my early 20s, I'm saying. I'm in my late 20s now. So, you do better. You learn. So. See how it's looking good. I'm still going to cook it. You know, not going to cook it all the way, just cook it some. And I'm going to boil it. It's going to be still tasting good. To each of their own, whoever likes to cook their bacon, you know, how they like crunchy in their, what do you call it? Cabbage and collard greens, or however I like to cook mine, just by eyeing it. How I basically think it should be cooked. You can do this as breakfast too. If you want to cook it like this, you can do it. You know, just for faster time a little bit, and then have to basically do each strip, and you put. I'm gonna make you a recipe. I'll show you one day how to do it. Different things with bacon. Keep on watching my shows. You'll see. Keep on tossing this. Let it settle for a minute. I just want every piece to be basically cooked, okay? That's the point. I don't want no pieces because it's on top of something not to be cooked. That's why you're seeing me move it a lot. That's because I want everything cooked. And I don't want it to burn either. I'm going to move it a little bit. Some people add onions to this. You can. Me, onions wouldn't matter. It's just how you season it to me. And I really never had nothing really with onions in here. I never ate it with onions. But if you want to try something different, you can add onions into the nut boil with the cabbage and stuff. I guess it gives it a lot, some flavor to it. So that's your choice if you decide to. Not yet, baby. It looks like it's not even moving. Sometimes my fingers get stuck, so I can notice that. Just stuck at a certain point. A timer. Like sometimes your timer on your basically stove can mess up and be inaccurate, and it stays on one time, and you're like, hold up, why is it not moving? And that's what can happen. It can occur. And I got mine on high, by the way, so I'm not going to be here all day. I always have my stuff on high. That's how I was taught. I have it on high, but I also watch it, so iron it where it doesn't burn. So giving it a good cook. Now, why are you cooking all the juices out? I'm not cooking all the juices out. I'm just making sure it's going to be okay to save the cook. Eat. Alright. It's almost about that time to put it in the pan. Alright. So, I'll scoop it up a little bit and place it in there. About that time. Turn the eye off. Apply it into my collard greens. Well, I'm doing it this way because I still want to keep the juice a little bit attached to it. So, I just don't want the juice to be all out of it. I want it to give my cabbage and my greens some flavor too as well. So, put it and apply it as so. As how you ever like to apply yours. That's how you like to dump the juice out first, then apply it. That's on you. I cooked it enough, and this is going to be cooking for a while. So, move that pan. Dump the juice out basically. You want to grab a spoon, as like so. Just push it a little bit up. And then you would like to stir this in. Like so. Give it some time to stir. This will shrivel a little bit down the greens as it cooks. Cabbage, collard greens, you'll see it shrivel down. I already smell the bacon flavor of this. I'm just stirring a little bit. Uh-oh. Water, some juice got into the flame. That's okay. So, season, you're starting to season up in here too.
What is that?
Alright. So you would like to at least cook for 2 hours, I say. Or however you like to fill. But keep on adding water, keep in check. And that's how you cook cabbage, greens, and with bacon, you know, for if you want to have just a meal, that's how you do it. And basically, until the next time you see me, and if you want to watch my other videos, just like, subscribe, and share if you want to share for the young adults. Basically, need to know more knowledge about how to how to cook. I'm your girl. So basically, I hope you have a good day and take care until the next video. Bye.